Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Rock and Recovery. Today we have a special guest, Hilary Powers. And let's just bring her up to the stage. There you go. Hi,
Hey,
Hilary.
hey, how are you, Jay? Nice to
I'm
meet you.
doing well.
Good, cool.
So tell us a little about yourself and what you want to share with everybody.
Okay, hey, you guys. My name's Hilary Powers. Sometimes I just say Hilary just to keep it simple. And I am recovering. I have been in the wonderful world of recovery for over 40 years. From Al-Anon to ACA to Essanon to love addicts to it doesn't matter. Du jour, it doesn't matter. I like getting high off anything that takes me away from my old fear. And
Right.
over the years, I've learned how to not conquer it because it doesn't go away. When you conquer something, it's done and you move on to another empire. But I have this mind power disease I call alcoholism that literally, what it does is it's in my mind. In AA, I don't know if you have a lot of AA people, but been around the block a couple days. And I have this mind power disease called alcoholism. It's not a wasm, it's an ism.
It's
And
an
if you
ism.
and it's continuously going to be in my mind, but in the first step it says glass in hand, or drug or fix or food or anything. I have warped my mind.
Uh,
Now when I warp my mind, if I take a piece of wood and I throw it out into the ocean, that wood is no longer its original form. It's now warped. So maybe
sure.
it's like this, it becomes a beautiful piece of art, but I can't think my way into right purpose. And I no longer self can't reveal itself to self because my mind's warped.
Yeah. Very
So
true.
hence I have alcohol. I identify myself as I'm Hilary. I have alcoholism because I don't want to forget. I also have a mind that's very cunning, baffling, and powerful, as we all know. Sorry, I'll take my glasses off. So I can't even see. I have this, it's cunning, baffling, and powerful, which means at any moment, my ego can rebuild itself in the day I'm in.
Absolutely.
That says, I got this. That's when my mind closed. I know, I got this. Boom, mind closed. And once I got it, all of a sudden, I'm large and in charge one more time, and I'm making all my decisions. This is sober. So, when I first
So,
go
so
ahead.
what started you on your road to alcoholism?
Well, was it the glass or was it the flask? That old
Mhm.
saying, it was like, was it my outsides or my insides? I don't know. I don't know. We talk about that. We're like chicken or the egg, who cares? Just eat your meal.
Right.
Just do it. I grew up in a very, my background is a little different, but it's all the same because we all have the exact same feelings. I grew up in a very large alcoholic home. My mother was schizophrenic, bipolar, and absolutely beautiful. So that was like, she was, pretty crazy, boom. So nothing was ever enough for her because she had this mind power disease called alcoholism. And she had 7 kids. She never wanted any of them. She loved the feeling of getting, you're so pretty, it's great, wow, you're got all these kids. So she loved the give me more, more, more. And
Right.
like I said, she had alcoholism along with mental illness, narcissism. So she was a pretty hot mess. And unfortunately, all us kids got the black backlash of it. Now, growing up with trauma doesn't make me an alcoholic.
True.
Me picking up the drink, and because I was traumatized, meaning my mind was already fractured way before I picked up the drink, you know, it became my solution until it became my detriment.
Absolutely.
And it didn't take long for me because I went hot and heavy the first time I drank. When you grow up with trauma, you go into this fight or flight stance. Bill W. talks about that in the seventh step, and it talks about the seven deadly sins. That's a trauma response. I don't just get a little guilty, I get really guilty. I don't get a little angry, I become rageful. In everything I do, I operate from this trauma response. We call it character defects. I call it trauma response. Because when I got angry at my mom because she wouldn't take me to the doctor because I broke my arm, my trauma response was break her arm and don't take her to the doctor. Now that's kind of warped
A little
thinking.
twisted, yeah.
Hence, I said, glass in hand, I warped my mind. And the definition of warped is I'm deformed. It's no longer going to be the same. Like I can't go, oh, Mom, it's okay. I understand you're really busy right now. I go into rage. And I don't know what to do with this. This is at 13 and 14 years old. So my response to all this traumatic events, I was in this, so I was an actress as a child. I was the voice of Sally in Charlie Brown Peanuts. And I did a bunch of doll voices, and I was in TV commercials. There was 4 channels, so I was on every channel, and I was ashamed of it. There was shame behind it because I just wanted to be normal. I just wanted to be just another kid.
Just want to fit in,
That sense of belonging. Thank you, Alcoholics Anonymous. I got that back. But I just wanted to be a kid. And I had this mother who had this mind power disease that, the ego's never satisfied. It's like,
oh, absolutely.
I have one drink. Oh no, I'm planning for the next 2 weeks. I have one, I buy one joint. Oh my God, I got to make sure I got enough for the month, or sex, or food, or cookies, or, shopping, or I get one shirt. Oh, I love this color, pink.
People, yeah. More. It's that more, that addiction of more. We need more of whatever we're doing. More. Give me more.
And it's not because I'm selfish. That's a part of my disease. It's because I have no sense of self.
Right.
So I don't know what is enough because I don't even know who I am. I'm so fractured. From here down to my heart is like a billion miles, as we talk about. But I don't even know how to get to that God-centered, which is in my heart, because I'm living outside of myself. More, get that, grab that, get that job. That doesn't work. Oh, they were mean to me. Get a new one. Oh, he get a new one. She get a new one. Set whatever. I'm living so outside, trying to make my insides feel good. And when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, they said it's an inside job. That was the last place I wanted to go because I was hurt. I was a hurt character. I was sad. I was angry. I was fearful. I was guilty. I was in so much shame. And I didn't even know what I wanted to do, except I didn't want to be here. But I couldn't be out there anymore because I kept getting arrested and I was overdosing. And, here I am, this like cartoon character. This mask. I've got this mask on. And everybody's like, oh, hi, aren't you? And I'd smile. And in the inside.
And you became that character.
Yeah. And in the inside, I'm thinking, if you got to know me, you would throw me away too. Because my mind was telling me, speaking to me with authority about what a failure I was never going to get there. I don't know where I'm getting to. My sponsor says, where are you going? There's no red carpet. I don't know, but I got to get there. Are we there yet? I'm like the 5-year-old in Walmart having a tantrum at 60. Not very hot. Not very hot. But what I've gotten through recoveries is I now have tools, meaning that my mind's broke, my heart's broken, my perception's broken, my thought life is broken, and I have these tools called the steps that help me mend. It doesn't fix it, I have this thing about car analogies. I don't know why. I'm not even a car person, but when I came into the program, I thought I wanted to be a Porsche. But I know I'm like an old, beat up old Cadillac. My windows are busted, the tires, the oil's out, the gas is out, the upholstery. my goal, since I've gotten into I'm reprogramming myself, is to clean up that Cadillac. But see, I still
Right.
want to be a Porsche.
Hmm.
And it's in that acceptance that I go, you know what, Hillary, you're just going to be the best Hillary version that you have ever been. But
Hmm.
see, I can't see myself because we know self can't reveal itself to self. I
Right.
look in the mirror and I say, I hate you. You're ugly. You're fat. Throw up your food. Slit your wrist. And so I can't see who I am. And that's why the steps guide me. My sponsor guides me. I've been through a lot of therapy. Thank you, God, that I have
Yeah.
an open mind to receive a new option, which is not Hillary, the old Hillary, the character I built. But back to my quick story, so growing up in this traumatized world with mom beatings and the police, and the dad was in West Point, and then my mother married a guy who brought crystal meth into California in 1973. He was a cooker. He was famous in his world. And I thought, do I want to be in trouble all the time with dad, or be hanging out with the guy that's like smoking, meth
Right.
and getting high? And I thought, wow, this is an easier, softer way. That's what my mind told me.
Right.
Oh, I can get high too. So when I drank the first time, I was 12. It wasn't like, it was more like, get me out of here. You know, we, as you know, we hit a bottom in alcohol before we come to AA. My bottom was already there. I hated myself. I was already on my bottom.
Right.
And drinking and using just anesthetized me to not see I was already at the bottom.
Wow.
And then it stopped working, like it does with so many of us.
So did you choose different type of outlet? Did you, or did you just,
I
what did that look like for you?
Well, when I first got sober, I was 21 years old. I had overdosed one more time. I dropped out of high school and went to 9 high schools, and I didn't need help. I'm smart, I know everything, right? I'm an alcoholic. I know everything. I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, okay. And I ended up, lying to get into a nursing school because I thought maybe I can go save the world. If I fix you, then you'll fix me. There's
Ah,
always a motive behind it's like
right.
check your motives. And I ended up working at a doctor's office, and I'm selling drugs out the back door, and the FDA is coming after me, just like the FDA was coming after my stepdad, who I hated so much. So I became what I hated the most, and I ended up overdosing, and I was on a fire escape in Venice, and I was 21, and I looked up and I said, if there is a God, please help me. And boom, grandma stopped.
Hmm.
Now, I love to say, and then the mountains,
The work began.
it was like my mind rebuilt itself and said, oh, I got away with that.
Yeah.
That's
Mm,
how my mind operates. Because remember, my mind's broken. My mind's
right.
formed. We say in the rooms, I went over that invisible line. They're like, when did that happen? I don't know. Who cares? All I know is I'm no longer that old character. So what am I going to do with this? I'm the Cadillac that needs rebuilt. I'm the Cadillac that needs the upholstery, the gas, the tires. I need it all redone. And I have a disease called alcoholism that my biggest characteristic is I'm defiant. I am God. I got
Right.
this.
I was a drug addict.
Yeah.
So, you
Oh, it
know,
doesn't matter. I'm like,
and
yeah.
it was the crystal meth,
Yeah.
type, and I was an IV user. So it was
Oh,
always
yeah.
more.
Never enough. Never enough.
Never enough.
Never enough. Never enough. It doesn't matter what your du jour is. We get into this, I'm worse than you are, because my
No,
ego,
we're all the same though. It's
I know, but that's the ego. The ego is either I'm incredible or I'm the biggest piece of, but I'm the biggest piece of shit
yeah,
ever.
right.
So I got this pendulum, but that's trauma. live or die, fight or be killed, good, bad, black, white, funny, stupid. Everything is this duality. And we say it's the Dr. Jekyll and the Mr. Hyde. There's the black and white thinking.
Right.
And the steps help me get to the gray zone, which is not my thinking. That's where God lives.
Right.
God sees all.
See,
Infinite.
for me, it was like if I was going to be the bad guy, I was going to be the best bad guy I could be.
Exactly. You see that
You know?
pendulum?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it can happen in a second, in a
Yeah.
thought. And
It's
my
crazy.
thought becomes a feeling. I'm thinking, I'm incredible. No, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Becomes,
Feelings are not facts.
right. But then it becomes an action.
Yep.
And then the action becomes what? My character.
Self-fulfilled prophecy.
It's my character. I'm a
Yeah.
junkie. I'm a junkie. You know? The thought is I'm a loser. I hate myself. I get high and I'm a junkie. Bingo.
And then I hate myself some more, so I'm going to get higher. Let's try. Yep. That's cycle. Yeah.
And, you know, so I end up getting sober at 21 years old. And I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I'm living in Venice. I'm getting high all the time. I'm doing, you know, I'm doing the du jour, the heroin, it doesn't matter. I don't care, whatever you got.
Right. It was addicted. I was addicted to being addicted.
Yeah. I was an equal opportunist, as I
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So I'm doing all this stuff. And, you know, I do keynote speaking and I do motivational speaking. And I talk a lot about trauma. You know, it's funny. It's the triangle of trauma is the bottom level is safety. I just want to feel safe, but I keep creating all these spaces. I put myself in shooting galleries. I'm around people with, you know, that are beating me up, but like there's no safety. And when I hit my bottom, which is the bottom of that triangle, you know, we have the triangle body, mind, spirit, and program, but the bottom is stabilization. You know, that's why they say things like hungry, angry, lonely, tired. That's trying to stabilize me. Because when I'm stabilized and I know I come to one meeting a week, I continuously come and I have a place to go. Because when I'm high and unloaded, I'm all over the place. I don't even know who I am.
Did you just do the acronym for HALT?
Yeah, I did.
Hungry, angry, lonely, tired.
But that's the stabilization.
Yeah.
You know? So when I feel stabilized, I feel what? Safe.
Safe. Absolutely.
And I get around all these other people that are, you know, we're no longer Neanderthal men and in the jungle and living in our reptilian brain of gotta get it, go, live, die. All of a sudden, I'm stabilizing. That's why the sponsor says, call me every day. My mind says, I'm not your whooping post. I'm, you know, my mind.
Right.
But I'm doing it so I can stabilize consistency, something I don't know. We're getting high. I don't even know how I'm going to feel in 10 minutes.
True.
You know, my feelings change. Like you said, feelings aren't facts, but they are real to me.
Absolutely.
You know, because I can't differentiate between the false and the truth. I don't even know what reality is. So when I get stabilized, then I feel like I belong when I show up to the same meeting every week or the therapy, or I show up to work every day. All of a sudden, I get a sense of belonging. I even feel more safe. So I start going up. Now I'm dealing with my trauma. I'm seeing, I'm not living in my trauma. I'm dealing with it, meaning I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it, I'm tasting it, I'm touching it, I'm feeling it, I'm smelling it. All my senses have now been calmed down. And then I have this sense of belonging. Like I have friends, like someone says, why don't you get a greeting commitment? And I'm like, I hate people. I don't want to talk to anybody. But all of a sudden people go, "Hey, what's happening, Jay? It's so good to see you. I saw you last week."
Uh,
And then you're like, "Wow,
yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
wow, you actually like me?"
You
Now,
mean
when
you
you're
remembered my name?
right, right.
Yeah,
And when you're living
absolutely.
on the streets and you're running it hard, you're dodging any kind of intimacy.
Yeah.
Can't get close to me, I'll destroy you. I'm destroying me, I'll take you down too. I'm a tornado. I'm a
Yeah.
tornado. So I start getting this sense of belonging. And then when someone says, "Hey Jay, you gonna be here next week?" All of a sudden you get self-worth.
Yeah.
You're like,
Absolutely.
wow, people like me here.
Yeah.
This is crazy. No one's ever invited me back.
Right. Are you guys coming for dinner or breakfast or
You're like, you want me to go?
um,
Right. Right.
you know?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now I start getting, now I don't even know that I'm dealing with my trauma in the day that I'm in.
Yeah.
That's it. I can only do it one day at a time. God, it's so stupid, right? But when you're you have alcoholism, not wasn't. I'm in a hurry. I'm a fault finder. I'm ready for Freddie. I'm always ready for a fight. I'm always
Yeah.
ready because that's a trauma response. Am I going
And
to die today?
we're so good at pushing people away that,
That's
for our protection, and we say it's for their protection, but it's really for ours,
yeah,
that we will push them away, you
but
know?
it's a trauma response. You're not going to eat me alive. I'm not going to let you. That's my first. I don't even know. It's so deep down in my basement. My sponsor had me name my Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because I got to know who I'm dealing with in the day I'm in. Like some days I'm treated and I'm like, "Oh, I love you so much. You're so wonderful." And then the other days I go to sleep without alcoholism. I wake up and I'm on fire. And
Mm.
Helga steps in. I've named her. I'm like, "Oh, she is large and in charge. The
Oh
queen
no.
has risen. Off with your heads. I'm
Right.
going to kill anybody that says anything that makes me scared because I'm in trauma." And those are the days I have to go, have I eaten? Did I get enough sleep? Have I called somebody? Have I listened to someone else? Remember the hearing, tasting, touch.
Yes.
Have I listened to anybody else? That's why we call other people and say, "How are you?" and shut our mouth. Oh, that's a hard one when you're in your trauma. But, one of the things is we used to say AA should be called Grow Up Anonymous. Yeah, bingo, bingo. That's me. I'm signing up.
Yeah.
Learning how to listen is a skill because
Yeah.
the only listening I'm doing when I'm running the streets, and I don't even have to be getting loaded. I can run the streets in my mind sober.
Absolutely.
But
100% you can.
I'm running the streets and what's going to happen? Oh my God, am I going to lose my job? Am I going to do this? Is he going to leave? Is she going to leave? Am I going to lose the money? Am I going to get the loan? Am I going to starve? Am I going to die of this COVID or vaccine or what am I like?
Right.
I'm in constant, but that's my normal response. And once I get into the rooms, like I said, that's where the stabilization comes in. Once I get that belonging and then I start building some self-esteem, then I can be productive. Then I can show up. Then I can make a living, have a purpose. And then once that settles in, then I can show another human being how to do it.
Wow.
That's what the steps do. The first step, glass in hand, I told you I warped my what? My mind. I get to see me as a power. I'm powerful.
Right. That's
And
when you start getting your power back, actually, is
but lack of power is my dilemma. I don't know how to connect my power with God's will.
right.
I just know how to be in charge. So I look at the first step, and the first step is really saying, "Listen, Hilary, bravo, you did a great job. You lost your job, you're homeless, you're selling your body on the streets. I mean, I have done everything. This is good. Look at the power. You're amazing." That's where I go, "Oh my God, I need help."
Hmm.
So my bottom becomes my foundation. And that's why, I'm not a real huge advocate of rehabs. Um, I was like the house mother of the first rehab in LA, Promises, in 1984,
Wow.
when they opened up and it became a trend. And I live in Florida, so they're like every other
I
block.
live in Florida.
Hey, every other block. Okay.
Yeah.
And because what they do, in my opinion, and you can all hate me, that's fine.
Oh no. It's a profitable. They're
It's
for profit for a
actually,
reason.
yeah, it's great. It's great. I mean, if you want to make
Yeah.
money, yeah, you got
Yeah.
to go bank on the ill so you can get,
Hmm.
get your pill, so to speak. But so I look at it, and one of the things I have in alcoholism, there's papers that I suggest anybody. A lot of people don't know these, but I went out after 20 years and I have 24 again. And I need to have a new experience. So my sponsor took me through the Tebow papers. Dr. Harry Tebow was the doctor in the back of the big book who was responsible for basically diagnosing the character of us. And like I said, defiant, omnipotent, always in a hurry, always in a hurry. I'm fault finding. I think fast. I eat fast. I do fast. I read fast. I have relationships fast. I get jobs fast. I lose them fast. Everything's in a hurry. And I don't even know this is alcoholism. I just think I'm ADD. Oh, fucking get another label. I'm manic. I'm manic. I'm bipolar. That's alcoholism. A lot of
Right.
people, alcoholism. I'm the queen. I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world in
Mm.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
My mind power disease, because I keep going to my brain to figure out what to do next. But the steps are designed to get us from away from our power, step one, into a power greater than me that tells me I'm powerful. Greater than me. Ooh,
That
that
tells you you're powerful.
yes. But I got to look at how my power, when it's not aligned with a power other than me, which we
Oh,
introduce in the third step. Now that power's got a name, God.
God. Jesus
So
Christ
not
is my savior.
yeah, me too. Pray,
Yeah.
yeah. But in the beginning, I can't go that far. I just gotta
Right.
remember it's step by step. Thank God that because I didn't believe in God when I got sober. I was Catholic, and I
Mm.
used to say, I'm not gonna believe in somebody who's like clapping because you see Jesus on the wall who's dying. It's
Right.
don't you look at people who hunt animals and say, look what I got? I'm like, they're not safe.
Yeah.
This is how my mind thinks. And then I would pray to this God that my mother gave me and say, if you love me, God, please kill my mother and father. Because I was in such a crazy world. And then I'd wake up in the morning and Santa didn't deliver my goods. So I
So
would,
for me, I grew up a Roman Catholic,
me too.
Italian,
Mhm.
and Baptist. I learned how to hate
Hot
myself real
mess.
quick.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And eat a lot at the same time.
Yeah. I learned how to hate myself real good. You can't pray to God. You got to pray to saints, but then one says pray to God. And it's like,
I know it's so, yeah, it's very confusing.
you know,
And remember, like I said, you were saying it was a trauma. The trauma didn't make me get loaded, but it sure got me loaded quicker than if I didn't
it
have
sure
that.
let me forget about the trauma.
Yeah, it was the only thing. But then, like we say, it just stops working. It no longer hid my pain. It enhanced my
For
pain.
me, when I got clean and sober, it's been a little bit over a year.
Oh,
I
congratulations.
thank
Yeah.
you. It happened because my wife, the person I was married to, I found hanging in our closet from her own addictions and depression.
Mhm.
And
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I am too, but I had to come to a realization that Jesus, he answered all my prayers, because I was in prison. I did
Yeah,
in and out of prison for over 20 years,
right.
and is all because of drugs. And so I was in and out of prison for over 20 years. And when that happened, always in prison, you pray for change me, take it away from me,
Right.
the normals,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
just want an explosion.
Yeah, you just the normals. And he did it the only way I'd listen and she suffered, so I always wanted her to be happy,
Mm.
not be depressed. And And so he did it all in one time. And I
Oh,
had to come to grips. I had to come to terms with that and get sober
right.
for, so her the 6/15 of 2024 is when I found her. Is she actually was in the hospital in a medically induced coma for 7 days because she was an organ donor.
Mm,
And so on the 22nd, the morning of like 1 or 12 o'clock on the 22nd is when they pronounced her.
yeah.
But I got sober, and because of that episode, because of that incident, because
Yeah.
now
Isn't it?
I don't have anywhere to escape. I didn't have anywhere to escape to. I was using drugs as an escape, and I couldn't escape into that anymore because it took something from
It no longer worked.
me.
Was
It wouldn't work,
It's like expired. I get it.
you know.
Yeah.
So, and doing that, I found the best thing for me is to talk to people.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, I
good.
talk to people now. You
Yeah.
know, when before, yeah, I could have a conversation with somebody, but I couldn't talk to people.
Right. Community, that communion, your community.
Yeah,
That's what a community means. You're communing, you're eating, you're breaking bread together, you're sharing thoughts,
yeah.
wisdom, actions. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
You know, and it's just it's just hard sometimes, you know,
You know,
because you think about you, then you get that guilt in your head, you know,
right.
you get that
So
what if guilt.
can I share an exercise?
Absolutely.
I do understand grief. I mean, my mother died homeless downtown LA. My dad put a gun to his head. My brother died of AIDS. And when I went out, he was like, I'm fighting for my life and you're killing yourself. Like, what is wrong with you?
Right.
You know? And so, when we have trauma, we get stuck. Okay. So we get stuck. There's 5 feelings. First of all, there's deep sadness. You see, people are always sad. I lost my husband. I lost my wife. I lost my car. I had to get sober. I lost sense of loss. And we stay in it. We're stuck because we're not in recovery. We're not a whole person. So we're staying in sadness or anger or in
Yeah.
rage all the time. You see those people on the 95, they're all there 9 days all day long. You see them in jail all day long. My
Yeah.
stepdad went for they couldn't get him for drugs, so they got him for kidnapping of a child kidnapping, which was even worse. He ended up getting beaten to death when he got out.
Right.
And then you have sadness, you've got anger, you've got fear. There's so much fear going on. What if this happens? What if this? Now think of when we get sober. Sadness, anger, fear, shame, and guilt. There's guilt. I could have. What if I didn't? I should have called my dad that night. I was supposed to call him on Friday night.
Right.
And he killed himself at 6 in the morning. What if
Right.
I could have, should have, would have? What if I would have done that?
If I would have done
Whether
this.
I got her into 8 hospitals, but at the last one, what if I would have gotten her into the last one and shoulda, coulda, woulda? We talk about that in our rooms. And so here I am stuck in one of these feelings. And then the last one is looking at what I wished for or what I really want. And so my trauma therapist, who's 55 years clean up heroin,
Wow.
he's an old Joe
Wow.
in Vietnam.
Um,
He'd say when I come up because I get trauma responses all the time. I moved from LA because I made a decision not to be a part of that world, and my thinking changed, and I was enlightened, meaning, wow, I start sponsoring a girl who was trafficked, and I was like, dude. And so my mind opened, and all my friends turned against me because I was talking about this, and they told me I was crazy. So I went into a trauma response. And then I moved cross country, went to Georgia, and ended up coming down to Florida because I really missed the ocean because I'm from the West Coast. And I got to tell you, I was in sadness. I was so rageful. This is sober many years.
wow.
And then I was afraid that I was not going to make it. I was going to die homeless, like all this old stuff, because I was homeless and I went to foster homes and went to YA and got for assault and battery and robbery. You know, I'm whatever. I'm a wild child. So, you know, that's my core. So, you know, but I can go back to that trauma response.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Yep.
So I had to sit down and write down how sad it was for me to move and how angry I was for all my friends to turn against me and how afraid I was that God was going to abandon me. And one more time, I have to come to Jesus moment again, because I wander away from him. He doesn't wander away from me. We know that one.
Right. Yeah.
And
we
then
turn our backs on him.
Oh, all day long, all day long. I got
Constantly.
this. I got this.
Yep.
You know, when it says in, you know, as we know in the book, the real book, the Bible, it says, you know, we're supposed to go to him as little children, not childish.
Not childish, but as kids.
Like,
yeah.
Where we're vulnerable and we go, help me, pick me up. Please show me the way.
Yeah. Lead me, please. Lead
me. I don't know what I'm doing, but
protect me, you know.
I have to first admit complete defeat.
Yeah.
And I have to, you know, in the Sermon on the Mount, which is another book I studied when I came back, to the Beatitudes, and I really studied that. And Emmett Fox's book, great book. But it talked about that the only way to produce a surrender is through what? Prayer. Because my ego says, I surrendered. I'm done. How many times you said, I'm never going to get high again?
Oh, many.
Oh, I'm never going to be her again. I'm never going to say that thing. And then I have the sadness, and you have the sadness, you have the anger, you have the fear, you have the shame and the guilt of your wife dying. And then what you wish would happen and what you like, until I look at all these parts of me that I'm denying, I'm never going to feel whole again. So that's why we walk around always in the, what's the matter? I don't know. I don't feel great, because I haven't really made peace with those sides of me that, you know what? Life happens. And it's, unless I look at life as happening instead of happening to me and learn how to process it, I'm going to stay stuck. And I may be sober, but how can I be happy, joyous, and free when I'm stuck?
Very true. Very true.
So the steps are designed, you know, even in, you know, when they first did the steps, it was taken from the Oxford group, which was a Christian group. That's how the steps were made. There were only 6. But of course, let the alcoholic in there. We want to make them bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Double or nothing, baby. So we made 12.
So the actual original steps there was only 6 steps?
Yes, and I can show you what page. Well, off bar, I'll show you what page in the big book. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's in a story, 6 steps. That was it. And
it was Dr. Bill, or Bill W. and Dr. from Dr. Bob. That's right. You know, his house has 12 steps. Like up to from the street to his door is 12 steps. You know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I wish I had a big book here. I would show you where the page is. You want me to get it?
No, you can tell me, but I'll write it down.
You want me to go get it? Hold on a second.
Yeah. This is a great conversation. I like this. Now I'm talking to myself. And while we're waiting for all those people that do have a big book, why don't you grab it so you can follow along?
Okay. All right, you guys.
All right.
So this is my book. It's very written all over the place. If you look up the story, he sold himself short on page 263.
263.
The 6 steps were complete deflation. That's the first step. Number 2 was dependency and guidance on a higher power. That's step 2 and 3. Moral inventory, number 3, 4th
and
step.
4, yeah.
Confession, 5th step.
5, yeah.
Restitution, 6 through 11.
Yeah.
And then there was 6-step, which continued to work with other alcoholics.
12. Yeah.
So that
Wow.
was the original step.
So they're like, let's break this down at step 4. Like,
Yeah.
let's break this down.
Right,
so
right.
so those other people will understand it, what we
Yeah.
mean by this.
Yeah.
So let's add some topics
Right.
here.
It's like, or have a conversation and start talking about more stuff. Because if you look at that, and then when Bill did the 12 and 12 in 1953, he did it because all of a sudden all these people were coming in. They're like, they're not homeless. They didn't get a frontal lobotomy. They didn't get,
Right.
they didn't get the formaldehyde treatment, because that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
Shock treatment. They
Shock
got
therapy,
cars,
whatever.
they've got wives, they've got money, and people are like going, I don't need AA, I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
So he wrote, along with the other people that thousands of people that were involved by 1953, he decided to write the 12 and 12. And he explained the steps even more, which I love working and bringing the girls I sponsor and the guys through the steps, because I want to know more. Because if I don't, Jay, if I don't stay thirsty for AA,
then you already know it all,
and
you're
I'm gonna get thirsty for what?
Yeah, thirsty for being thirsty now.
Yeah,
it's not water that we're drinking.
Thirsty for spiritual, emotional, and mental health. Otherwise, I'm gonna be thirsty physically.
And if we ever cut ourselves off of that, though,
I'm dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not like, when it says, this is fatal in nature, we're not talking about just I die.
No.
It kills my
inside. It kills me inside.
Kills my marriages, kills my work, kills my friendships, kills my opportunities.
Let's be real. The ism, the alcoholism, the drug addiction, it takes everything from us. Everything.
Body, mind, spirit. Bam, you're out.
It takes, first it starts eating at you, and then next thing you know, your car, your job, your kids, your house, and then you're going to stores to steal stuff or stealing it from people.
And then you're justifying, you're saying, well, I'm hungry, I need it. Oh, well, that was fun.
Oh, it's a store. They got insurance for that type of stuff.
Oh, they're a corporation. Screw the corporation.
They've got insurance, and all of a sudden you're in this cycle. Well, damn it. Now I can't, and now you feel bad because you just stole this from this person or that person. And then it's like,
and I rebuilt my old character.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yep.
But the first 6 steps deal with my old character.
Yeah.
7 through 12, build a new character without any resemblance to the first character.
Right.
That's the goal. But I can't do it on my own because I can't see myself. I see myself as, I'm not that bad.
I'm not that bad. At least I'm not like that other person.
Exactly. Because I'm fault finding. And I'm Queen Majesty. They call it Queen Majesty the baby. Bam. Or King Majesty the baby.
Yeah.
And, the crime is never, what is it? The sentence is never fits the crime.
At least I'm not as bad as that person over there.
Someone says something wrong to me or says something and says I'm not in a good mood. I'm done with the relationship. It's like, wow, talking about
right.
Sober.
Yeah. Oh, sober. I'm having a bad day. Okay, I'm out of here. See ya. Peace.
Right. Sober. Yeah. Sober. So I got to work my program in the day I'm in, not with me. When I do that spot inventory, I'm talking to God. I don't forgive me. The person God's got to forgive me first. Yeah. That's the 10th step. The 10th step isn't getting you to forgive me. I need to be right with my maker. God, please.
And then he helps you learn how to forgive yourself.
Exactly. And then I go out and I make amends to these other people because I'm already forgiven. So I feel okay to go to this other human being. We get it all mixed up. We think I'm doing this so I can be forgiven. No. God, that's God's job. It's not my job. It's not the person I hurt. Right. I just have to be right sized. And when we say right size, if I'm the queen, I'm looking down on you. And if I'm a piece of crap, I'm looking up at you. When I am right size, I get to look you in the eyes.
Eye level.
I am so sorry for the pain that I have caused you to hurt. I'm not doing it for you to you've been absolved. God does that.
No,
That's God's
no.
job.
I need it off of my heart. That's it. I need it out of me.
And
You
then
know?
what I do is when I do that, that other person, their heart opens up even more.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's such a great process. And we just think just stop and getting high is enough. It's just the beginning, babe.
Yeah.
And here I am on this path for 40 plus years, and I still find things about myself. I'm like, ooh, Helga's on crack today.
I like that, Helga.
That's Helga. His name's Max. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
Helga and Max. Oh no.
they're hot. Yeah, it's like Bonnie and Clyde. Great couple.
Oh no.
But I can go, Helga could kick in when I least expect it. That's why I got to
Right.
be vigilant. And, you know, when we also say, I pray in the morning, I pray at night, I'm thinking, dude, who are you with for the next 23 hours,
Yeah.
50 minutes? Ouch.
Right.
So I say things like, I'll just say, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Boom, I brought the power back in. God, 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 God. Oh, Lord, please be with me. Boom, all of a sudden I'm like, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
this is a good day, because I'm no longer relying on what? My power.
Right. And for me, it's like if I'm feeling stressed in a moment, I carry my coin with me all the time, my 1-year coin.
Oh, good.
And
Yeah.
so whenever, whenever I'm feeling like in a moment, I can pat my pockets and I'll feel it. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
It's just that reassurance,
Yeah.
it's like,
Gratitude.
oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
You're like, yes, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
Yep.
Thank you, God. Thank you. I'm sober. Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I'm here. I'm here to add to someone's life, no longer rip somebody's life off.
And it's not that I forget what I've went through. It's like I choose not to remember it, but I don't forget it. And because I can't forget what brought me into this. It brought
Well,
me here.
here's the funny thing. I have a thought about that is, I can't think my way. When people say, just think of your last drink, my mind,
Oh, that last drink was great.
exactly. So if they say, think your last drink, no, I need a new character change.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that old character, because if I don't change the character that I am, I'll go back to the character I was.
Right.
So thinking about it, but rubbing the coin is so much gratitude.
It is.
It brings, and that attitude of gratitude brings more.
Absolutely.
What you think about, you bring about. So if I'm thinking my life sucks,
you're going to have all this stuff. You're going to see all the worst things that possible. You're not going to see the good that's happening. You're going to see everything bad because you're already in that negative headspace. Right. And you're thinking, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Because remember, I'm a power.
Yeah. And guess what's happening? All you're seeing is the black. You don't see the red, the green, the blue, the purple.
There's 98 shades of gray, babe. I'm either black or white. 98 shades of color too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so AA and recovery groups. If you're watching this and you think, I don't think I need a program, it's not that, you may not. I don't know.
You may not.
I'll tell you what, you never know until you actually walk through the door. And there's something that happens that's so magical when you walk into a recovery meeting.
My first time going to a meeting was actually about 2 months ago, So I did but I was talking to people throughout this. So I like call that my non-traditional recovery.
Yeah.
But so I was talking to people and sharing my experiences and just talking about me, and I went to a meeting.
Subject.
Yeah, absolutely. As an addict, our subject is us. We have to fight for us just as much as we fought for our whatever we fought for our drug, whether that be alcohol, drugs, whatever. We have to fight just as hard. We have to put our first. I wouldn't say I have to put myself first because I'm not first. They say put yourself first. I can't because there's somebody in front of me. There's somebody lifting me up saying, "Hey, you got this."
Yeah. You've already done that a lot. That's good.
Yeah. And it's so my first meeting was like, okay, I do Celebrate Recovery. And
I love Celebrate Recovery.
Me too. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So I walk in there, this big, huge church, like it looks like a Catholic church. I'm like, oh, great, not one of these places again, and I
Yeah.
walk into the big, huge freaking A-frame structure, and it's like, I don't know, there's some weird people here. I'm starting to get that anxiety, that built-up anxiety. I'm like, oh God, they don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't want to know anything about me. I got racial tattoos that I've covered up. I'm like, oh, here we go. I
Right.
got a hat on, but you can see some of my tattoo. Had a big old swastika on the back of my head. I'm like, oh no, here we go. Here, little old ladies and crazy people dancing in the aisle. Celebrate recovery, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah,
don't let me talk.
it's
Just,
so great. It's like, and then
but it's awesome.
we don't care.
No, it's freaking awesome.
Dude, that's that when I say right size, we're
Yeah.
all in the same, we're all in the same boat alone together.
Yeah.
That's it. We're all, we all are so sick of self that we need to go find a no way. That's why it says, God is the way. I got to get away from this God up here.
We have to get out of our own way to let something happen.
Yeah,
we get
surrender
so far in our own way that all the time that we can't, there is no other way. It's either my way or your way, and my way is better because I don't know you, and I'm going my way.
But that's that fear. Fear is fear reveals itself in so many different ways. Run, don't listen to them. They're liars. Who cares? God's not going to help me. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh.
And we'll find any little tiny flaw in anybody.
That's right. Fault by nature. Oh yeah, your hair's, you got a beard. Oh, you're a loser. Oh
yeah.
I'm
not
my
knowing
my mind's hurt and I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's a hot mess. Yep. And then you want me to go ahead and embrace all these people.
So we got to forget how how in our active addiction, we would judge people and, it's like, oh, you're wearing glasses. I wear glasses too. Oh, I don't like your glasses. Right. And then we're going to a meeting.
Right.
And we still got that same thinking though. Like, oh, look at that person. Oh, at least I'm not as bad as that person or that person. But no, this place ain't.
That's the great thing about the steps is they take us up away from us. Because remember, if you think of steps, right? You go up the steps. I'm in the gutter.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up the steps. I'm going to a higher level. That's where God is. Go to God, go to God, go to God. And God is in the 12th step, because when I'm talking about God and about my relationship and about my sobriety, I see God at work.
Yeah.
I hear God at work, and I'm thinking, wow, man, think about what he did for, Jesus went through so much, and he was risen. He was taken back home. If you think about, I didn't even do nothing.
Right.
And here I am, I'm given a second chance, and I'm still loved. Like, I can't fathom this.
Well, Hilary, I greatly appreciate being able to talk to you. It's a pleasure.
Awesome.
And hopefully you got something else to say to somebody out there. What do you got? One thing, if somebody's thinking about being sober, trying to get sober, what would you tell somebody right now?
I would say, why don't you, just for today, give yourself a chance to have a new experience? Don't think about getting sober. Just go for a new experience. Because I got to tell you, sobriety is the best high I have, hands down, ever had. You're not alone. You're not alone. We all go through it. But I got to tell you, reach for something positive. Like, why not me? Why not you? Why not you? Why not?
That hope.
Yeah.
Hope for something better.
Yeah, there's so much. It's an incredible life out there. It's been a great journey. It's happy, sad, fun, bad, but you know what? I've been present through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. Just your lived experience is amazing. I really appreciate you coming on here as a guest.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Jay. I really appreciate you. And
thank you. I appreciate you.
Your story with me too.
And you know what? As long as we keep rocking our recovery, We're
Rock
going
it,
to freaking be
baby.
fucking fantastic.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right. Well, God bless you.
God bless you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.